Are you ready for a tiny story? A beautiful little story. Hokitika. One of the best things about Hokitika and so many places in New Zealand is the easy access to beautiful hikes, many of which are kid-friendly. One of these unforgettable hikes was the trail to Hokitika Gorge. This little bird followed us throughout our hike, almost as if it wanted to be friends, or maybe just loved being photographed. This is the New Zealand Fantail, called Pīwakawaka in Māori. There's an interesting folklore in Māori about Pīwakawaka and Māui, the same famous hero you might know from the animated movie Moana. According to the folklore, which is a comedy and a tragedy folklore, Māui was attempting to get immortality for humans by reversing the process of life. For this, he transformed himself into a worm and entered into the vagina of Hinei-nui-Tepo. Hinei-nui-Tepo is the goddess of the underworld. So he planned to enter her vagina and exit through her mouth while she was asleep. The Pīwakawaka was there, and seeing this unusual scene, it started laughing, waking up the goddess. She got so angry that she killed Māui in her vagina itself. So that's how Māui dies.
Time in and time again, he needs to see the mamas. Then he'll be happy.
Lost in the city lights, our love's electric, right? You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel alive.
Hello, baby. Hi. Hello.
Hi, para Mumu.
As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Beneath an endless night, the world spins around. You're there, ease my mind. Like stars that never die, you and I will shine during the darkest times. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing
Hello, Mr. Yudhikashi. Everybody latitude.
Maybe this is the season of love. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love. Maybe this is the season of love.
Look at the bug.
Hokitika is a charming town on the west coast of New Zealand's South Island. It's a beautiful little place with an elegant artistic vibe which we really enjoyed. Long ago, Hokitika was an important trading spot, especially for its pounamu. Pounamu is a precious greenstone which is very important in the Māori culture, and we often refer to it as jade. After exploring the town, we headed to Hokitika Beach, which was just besides the town center. At the entrance, we found a lovely display of paintings adding an artistic touch to the beach. And look, remember this bird? It's the same Pīwakawaka that joined us back at the gorge. We walked along the beach, seeing beautiful artsy stuff, and made it to the far end. Then we sat down to watch the sunset. It was truly beautiful. On the way back home, we stumbled upon a cafe called Hoki Boatshed. This turned out to be one of the most memorable part of this Hokitika trip. The owners, Owen and Pina, they were just amazing. They were incredibly warm and welcoming, made us feel right at home and served some of the best homemade food. They showed so much love to Imai. He just had a great time there and it was just beautiful.
I've got warm hands in there. Warm up your little paws.
He's feeling so happy.
I'll tell you what, Mum and Dad, you're going to have real trouble with him. He's going to be such a looker.
It's so beautiful.
Me, I'm Māori.
Yeah, boy, Shone. Very refreshing.
Very comforting, right? Very comforting, tangy, very nice. Superb. We were camping in a holiday park in Greymouth, about 30 minutes north of Hokitika, and we learned that there is a cave on the way where we could see glowworms. Glowworms are fascinating little insects that produce a natural glow, creating a magical effect. It was really dark, but luckily we had our headlamps. As we got closer to the glowworms, we had to turn the light off, otherwise we wouldn't be able to see their glow. It kind of felt like we were stargazing. The next day, we planned to hike to Lake Kaniere, a beautiful trail through a dense forest. But first, we had to fuel up. Hiking isn't easy with an infant, plus all the camera gear we were carrying. So we treated ourselves our favorite in New Zealand snacks.
That sound.
Very crispy.
It is crispy.
Very nice.
Amazing. The best batter so far.
Yeah. The drive to the start of the hike took about 30 minutes from Hokitika. One thing we noticed in New Zealand is that there are plenty of birds but no wild animals, which makes it a great place for kids. It's so safe and kid-friendly with nature all around to explore. Instead of screens and video games, kids here can really connect with the outdoors. As we hiked, Nini and I promised each other that we would raise Imai close to nature. We want him to travel, explore remote places, and learn to connect with the wild.
It's a massive thing.
Down, 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 down. Okay.
Wow.
pretty soft. It's like bouncy.
Eventually, we reached a tiny beach overlooking the crystal clear waters of Lake Kaniere. It was absolutely beautiful. And that wraps up our time in Hokitika. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends and family. In the next video, we are going to take you to Christchurch, and once that video is ready, you can check it out right here.
Townchip going down.